So how about that Metroid Zero mission, guys? Welcome everyone to the 2018 Metroid Marathon. 48 hours, we just finished one game. And there's a lot more the entire weekend. Hope you guys are excited because I am. Coming up next is Metroid Prime Hunters. And it looks like it's going to be the any percent category and Dan as the runner. Looks like we're just about ready for setup. So I'm going to drag the commentators in here and we should be good to go.
Alright, I think we're live now. In that case, hello everyone. Welcome to Metroid Marathon DS. We'll be commentating Dan's run here. I'm Mr. Shasta, and this is...
Yeah.
Alright.
Run all items on the tab for 100%.
Might seem cough a little bit there. Just so you're aware.
What?
You're getting a little cut off, like, while you're talking.
Alright,
Probably take care of that before we start. And I'll give Dan the heads up once you're ready to go. Alright.
things should be a little better now.
Yeah, I can hear you a little better, at least. Just keep talking.
Well, now I'm using push to talk, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll help a bit. Alright, I'll give Dan the green light then. Alright. There you go, should start any time now. And everybody's ready. There we go. Alright, we're going. So everyone, once again, welcome to Metroid Prime Hunters DS. Well, let's introduce myself again. I'm Mr. Shasta, and this is...
Memory TAS.
There we go. Alright, so to start off this run, we're going to be skipping all the cutscenes, of course. To display the movement in this game in particular, like before the run even starts itself. So, picture it like this. A lot of the movement's going to be like with the circle pad if you're on a 3DS, or D-pad if you're on a DS. But like, to actually aim and like do everything in the game, you have to use a touchscreen.
And...
Go for it.
Morpho is controlled in one of two ways. Either it's entirely touchscreen or entirely D-pad and R button. And in this case, Dan prefers touchscreen for Morpho controls.
Yeah, in this case as well too. I'll use the morph ball. You actually get into the morph ball, you use the touchscreen as well. To switch items, you use the touchscreen. It gets all a little complicated that way, but honestly, with a little practice, nothing's too complicated. Can be a little tricky to actually like destroy enemies. You'll see a lot of rooms like this as well too, where you have to take out a lot of enemies in a row like this to even advance in the first place. To actually use a touchscreen, I'd actually like boosted your morph ball on the touchscreen. You have to drag your stylus from the bottom of the screen to the very top.
And
like very quickly.
Before you can every time you boost with the touchscreen, you have to let go of the touchscreen and then 2, slow down enough so you can start another boost.
Oh yeah, there's also scanning as well. There's some objects you have to scan to actually spawn like certain enemies like this and just generally advance the game. In this case, Dan has to destroy every enemy in this room in order to advance. Dan's standing right up here. The reason for that is because the very last group of enemies spawns right next to him, right there. If done correctly, he can actually basically just spawn camp them. Just like that. It's like whenever one spawns, you'll just immediately kill it. It is a bit tricky though, so you gotta be aware of that. But they all spawn in front of him, so it's not a big deal. And there we go. So what you just collected there is an artifact. There are 3 artifacts you have to collect, and that will unlock the boss in each area of the game. There are 2 parts to each planet in the game. There are 4 planets total. Therefore, you have to go and get 3 artifacts in each planet, and doing so will a boss be open. And when you defeat that boss, you get an octolith. Once you get all the octoliths, you beat the game. Or not beat the game, but you go final area then beat the game. But you know what I mean. This enemy right here actually gets destroyed by 2 bombs. Bombs do a lot of damage to it for some reason.
You basically have one jump that you can use in either midair or off the ground.
Oh, he's going for it. Oh, he missed it. So what Dan was trying to go for there was a out of bounds clip. That clip allows them to skip this cutscene right here and just straight up like get to where this mistake is. Saves a little bit of time. So I don't blame him for going for it, but it is a one-shot trick. And if you fail it, you lose about a minute. A little more than a minute, actually. So yeah, this game is actually really broken. You won't see like much of that except for that clip right there. Like in the first area.
Getting out of bounds is called a missile push. You use the knockback from a missile to either jump or go through the wall.
Up right now, Dan's gonna fight the first hunter of the game. There's 6 hunters total. This is the first one named Candon. He mostly just runs around like a snake, or just not runs. Snakes don't run, but yeah. He just crawls around like a snake, and you have to destroy him like this. Where his movement is random, but you want him to actually be on the other side of the room instead of the side that Dan's currently on. However, it took a little time with his movement to go to the right side. The reason for that is because the reason I want to do that is because Candle will go over here, right to where you need to be, if you're on that side of the room. Perfect. Let's do is turn around and get the artifact right there.
And here the bomb and intentionally goes into a spot where you can't amorph. The game tries to force amorph you, but if you go into that little hole, like you can't, that allows you to activate the door a little faster.
So the thing that is doing right here is called a missile jump. If you've ever seen like a Quake speedrun, for instance, you'll see a lot of stuff like that where you just like shoot a rocket at the ground and it'll boost you upwards. In this game, you can also do something called a coyote jump off of that, which basically means that you can jump in midair, like after you fall off a ledge, or in this case, get shot by a missile. That really just allows you to get a lot of height in general in this game, which is really good. Surprisingly enough, it kind of breaks the game just a little bit.
So if you're on the ground, you need to shoot all the little blue circles on it, and then the core will pop up.
Yep. So in this case, the first case they'll have 2 rows of blue eyes open. You have to shoot those, and then after that, the little crystal pops at the very top, and that's the boss you have to kill. Just do it 3 times. Yeah, one more phase right here. The very top cylinder, or very top row has 3 eyes, the middle row has 4 eyes, and bottom row has 5 eyes. Nice, you got the 1 cycle. Or I guess technically the 3 cycle. But yeah, that very last a very last last phase is a little bit tight to actually kill in time. If you don't destroy the last one in time, it'll go back in. You have to complete that last phase again. There we go. That's the first Octolith in the game. Now every still time you collect an Octolith, you have to escape the planet immediately afterwards. This case is no exception. You'll see the exceptions later. But yeah, that's what Dan's gonna be doing right now. Is he gonna go for this clip up here? He's not. Okay. So there's a clip that they can do here. It skips this slow fight, but it doesn't really save any time. It saves like a second optimally. Nice though. Like I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of rooms like that where you have to destroy a lot of enemies to actually get through it. And this room up here is also no exception to that. So look, more psychobits, that's what they're called. More psychobits. I always call them eyeballs because they're really just floating eyeballs, but yeah. Alright, so there's gonna be an enemy in the roof come up right here. He's gonna destroy that with a missile, or right there, before he even drops in the first place. Very nice shot from him. Alright, this room is a little bit tricky as well. So there's a green psychobit in this room, and it has more health than the other ones. The plan is to destroy those green psychobits before actually leaving the room itself. Because, like, it saves time that way. Now after that, it's going to be just all movement until the very ends. And actually, until the very second last room. That's where we'll introduce Guardians, which is another enemy in this game. Guardians appear in packs of 3, and you always have to destroy them. The weak point is actually in the head. So Dan's going to be shooting a charge shot at the Guardians right in the head, and a couple of one shot, it'll take it out as well too.
He might have some different strategies in mind.
Oh, let's see it. I'm ready.
Maybe not for this one, but I know he actually boosts those.
Oh, he messes the fight, it looks like. That's fine. Made it work.
So maybe not this one, but I know some later ones he might use boosts to attack hunters and guardians. Next up is now that he's escaped, he's going to head to the second planet, Alinos.
Yeah, Alinos is very interesting. That first planet's not really, like, too exciting, I guess is the word, but trust me, from here it'll only pick up. So, what Dan's gonna do in this first area of Alinos is something called the maze skip. What he's gonna do for that is set up a bomb at just the right distance from just the right distance inside the maze, and then boost immediately after it hits the bomb, and allow him to clip right through the floor and skip the whole thing. It's in about 30 seconds or so. Yeah, I think he's going for the missile. Okay. Yeah, let's see that in action right here. There's also another way to get through his maze as well too, by using a missile against his core he's about to pass up. But that's a little trickier. It allows you to stand in the maze though, which is kind of cool.
Not pass.
If he messes this up though, he has to reset this camera, which is a little bit weird. There we go, third try. Nice. And right there is immediately after maze is an artifact. Perfect. And there are a lot of gamers in this next room. Once again, another room we have to destroy all the enemies to advance. For his room afterwards, though, if he does it correctly, he has to kill all the gamers to get through it. And he did. I have no idea either. It's just strange. He's gonna go for a clip right through his barrier, just by holding up left and then jump in. There we go. That skips the cutscene.
That unless you destroy the spawner, they'll spawn enemies whenever you destroy them. And now here's the second hunter. Fire.
This is Fire. He has a very tiny head, so it's kind of hard to actually get his weak spot and do more damage. He also rolls around a lot, so it's going to be a little tricky to hit him. There we go. That's just the first part of the fight. And funnily enough, if you keep tapping the Morph Ball during that cutscene there, there's like 1 frame or so, I think, where you can just Morph Ball out of it. Saving just like, you know, frames. This game's on Nintendo DS. And he's gonna shoot a missile through the wall right here, if done correctly, hits Fire during the cutscene. There we go. He's not supposed to move there.
From the camera.
Oh, there we go. Alright, he's doing bomb strats. Nice. They are tricky though. That's pretty good.
Bombs and boosts both do a lot of damage.
Yes, like stacking both of those will destroy Spire very, very quickly. And there we go, the very last artifact to this area. Now I'll be going and find the boss, which is a different boss than from the last one. Keep that in mind. I'm not sure. Oh wait, he's on Japanese. Never mind. He's gonna use. So if he was an English version, he would save his scan later, like for later, which would save him some time. But since it's on Japanese, he'll just be scanning that now, which saves time for later in the routes instead. Like later, not like later as. Never mind.
So. A giant eyeball. First, you have to destroy 3 tentacles. The first one, you can just destroy with hard shots, but the later ones have specific weaknesses. And then you have to shoot the core itself. So, an interesting thing is that this punch actually resists both of the weapons you have at this point. The power and missiles. And if you sequence first to get another weapon early, you can do much more damage to it.
That's a really nice fight right there as well. So, one thing that Dan did is actually one-shot kill those tentacles, which is all timing based for that fight. And he, like, killed it. He got all 9 of them, I'm pretty sure. It's really hard to get the one-shot kills on the first phase as well too, so that was really, really good. That saves just a little bit of time, like each one he gets. Super good fight from him.
He also got the overlap.
Kraid's not in this game. A lot of the typical Metroid bosses are in this game at all. It's just like, actually pretty much just those two. You'll see later what I mean by that. But yeah. But now Dan's gonna escape the plan. I got
has bosses, but otherwise it's just those two.
Yeah. So now Dan's gonna escape the planet, as usual, after getting an Octolith. I don't know what happens with this. I don't know why he's escaped, but you just have to. Anyways, here's Weevil, the third hunter in the game. His strategy he's gonna do here is shoot his head a bunch. Is to go right in the corner, bomb it a bunch, and then get stuck right in front of him, and bam. That's Weevil. That is the one cycle as well. If he didn't do that, he would have to fight Weevil down here in this area that he just passed up. That was super nice. Weevil's gimmick is that he splits into 2, and his top half just starts like clawing at you and crawling towards you. So like when he went to the tunnel with the bomb, and started bombing it a bunch, that's how he, that's why, because his top half just like split apart and go after.
Also, if you don't kill it by then, his health you'll get a new health bar entirely.
Yeah, that's really bad. You don't want that. But now it's time for the most broken play in the game. That is Arcterra. There's a lot to explain in this very next.
Yeah.
There's a lot of bounce tricks, a lot of skips.
So
let's see if we can do it quickly enough.
The routing, the first 2 areas for Celestial Archives, that unlocks Alinos, and then Alinos activates the next 2 planets, and now the game's pretty much fairly open.
Yeah, so what we're gonna do right here is shoot a charged missile right through the wall, right on the ground, very spot, I guess, up against the wall, and skip Another hunter fight. This time against Noxus. He's the purple one. And because we skip him, we never find him ever in the game. He just never appears. We're gonna have this clip right here to get inside this room. Get the taken the way down. That was very nice. That's good for health later. Then he's gonna get an artifact right there. This door is currently locked, so how do you get out of the room? Well, by going through the wall, of course. How else? And then he's gonna go right up here into this little crater, or this little wall right here. Just go right through it, since everything else is locked. That's the only way to get out, and there we go. You just saved about 2 minutes of content there, I'm pretty sure. But he's not done yet. He's gonna go right up here, bomb jump, and then boost the very last pit bomb, and go right up here and get this missile tank. And also skip this room, which saves, like, somewhere around 2 minutes, because there's a lot of cutscenes and fights in that room. But he's not done yet. There's one more thing he has to do, and that is to skip this puzzle right here. It saves, I think, about 30 seconds or so. Just by doing one missile jump across this gap right over here to get the first power in the game, and that is Jetcare. This will allow him to destroy any purple door, any purple barrier.
It also bounces off walls, but that's not too important usually.
Yeah. It's pretty powerful too. It's more powerful than... It's just pretty powerful in general by default. I think it's more powerful than a normal beam if you just spam it, not when you charge it.
I have like a damage table somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, but wait, there's more! You get a skip, and you get a skip! Everyone gets a skip! Yeah, now that he has Jetcare, he's gonna go over here and get the last artifact, but he's not gonna fight the boss just yet. So you're gonna save that for later. Performance of sequence breaking. It's pretty nice. He's gonna bomb this door as well too, while he's getting out of there. And that's gonna keep it open for later once he gets back through it. Just saving just a little bit of time. This ice phase is a little bit tricky as this bomb jump. You have to line yourself up just in the center so you get right through it, and bomb jump to get that little switch there. And same thing as this door right here. It's gonna bomb it, and then place another bomb there for later so it stays open. Saving just a little more time, because bombs take about a second to explode, I think. And since you don't have the beam, just never mind. Anyways. I was getting a little jumbled there in my explanations, but we're good.
So there's always little rooms like a small room in between each room. That's where all the loading occurs. You'll see them waiting at doors a bunch. That's why.
Yeah, you can't do anything about it. It's just where the game loads, pretty much.
So you actually don't travel forward in space when you do that. When the next room loads, you actually get placed in an identical room in a different place in space, and the game loads the new room on top of the previous room.
So that's gonna go back to Alinos, and really quick, I want bless RNGs in chat for good luck here. So this next room is gonna go in. Actually, can potentially have no enemies in it. If it does, he saves a lot of time. If it has enemies in it, then he'll lose. Like, typically around 30 seconds, and doesn't worry about that, because no enemies in this room. Nice! So yeah, the reason why I couldn't go in here before is because of the purple door, and now he has Jetcare, you can open that. And it allows him access to the second half of Alinos. You won't be going through the entirety of Alinos right now. You'll be getting 2 out of 3 artifacts in this area, then coming back. There's good reason for that. We'll get there later. Right now he's going to go into this little lava area, and lava actually doesn't really hurt you much in this game, so you can just... It's not really a big deal. You just go through the lava, bomb jumps around this little barrier, and get to the next part of this room. The same thing right here. Here's another room with 3 Guardians. He's going to charge up Jetcare and shoot the Guardians this. Now, fully charged Jetcare will leave Guardian with just 1 little sliver of health left, so usually another shot will kill it. As you can see there, Guardian's gonna be Go for it.
Like, so the charge dedicator shoots 3 shots.
Oh no.
And, like, each shot does an independent damage. So if all 3 shots hit the head, then, like, that's a lot of damage. And here...
Oh, he got it first try. Oh, okay. So you want to do that clip typically of Magmal, but it's faster to actually go through there using a charged missile instead. And he got it.
Like, it doesn't matter as much in all items, but in any percent, it takes a lot more time to use just the missile.
Yeah. So the missile is like way harder to clip with than Magmal. Magmal has a bigger hitbox in general. So that was really nice there, actually. But yeah, it saves a lot of time around because you have to go back to where that was to get the artifact and come back here. Because you get Magmal right here, which is the next power you get from defeating this boss right here.
So this boss is actually a 2D sprite.
It's a pretty generous hitbox if you couldn't tell. Look at that. So yeah, I teased it earlier, but here's Magmal. It's basically just like a big like magma rock that you shoot enemies. It's very nice.
It's basically like the equivalent of a grenade. Like bounces around and stuff.
Yeah, pretty much. Except it like explodes with impact. Oh. Alright, third try.
There we go.
He just scanned that barrier there. He just scanned that whatever it's called, and it gets to that barrier, which saves a lot of time of movement going around that room to get to where he was before, and allows him to get the artifacts just floating on top of the room. But he's gonna get out of here. What's he doing? Not that. I think he's a little bit nervous. But yeah, he's gonna scan that teleport to get right out of there because we're not interested in finding the boss just yet. And the reason for that is because once again, it's sequence break layer. But for now, we're gonna go back to Arctera and sequence break that plan instead. What Dan's gonna do is he's gonna defeat the boss and then just do more with the plan. Way more than intended. So I'm going to explain a little bit about why this game is like this. So we're going to fight another phase of Slunch right now. And the reason why we're fighting another phase of Slunch is actually, funnily enough, the game ran out of budget. So they repeated bosses. And the reason why they ran out of budget is because they spent most of their budget actually on the cutscenes you just skip in the run. They're really high quality. Yeah, that's actually why.
I thought it was just because they focused on multiplayer.
That too as well, I think, but that's what I've heard. That's what I've heard. Regardless,
it was a big selling point of this game. It was one of those very early DS Wi-Fi titles.
Yeah, multiplayer is like the biggest thing that people remember about this game in the first place anyways. Unfortunately, I actually didn't get the game when multiplayer was popular and like active in general. So I actually spent most of the time on single player instead. But yeah. This phase of Slunch, speaking of the fight in particular though, this phase of Slunch actually is weak to Jug Hair. The Tentacle's going to be hurt by Jug Hair as well. So you just use Jug Hair. This last phase takes 4 hits, the other phase takes 3 hits. You can't one-hit kill it like the other phases, like the first phase of Slunch. There you go, just a little more, and should be able to take it out.
The damage on Slunch is partially position dependent. It's really strange. Like, if you shoot it right in the middle, it'll do more damage.
And after every single Slunch fight as well, you want to stand right where the Octolith spawns at the very end of the room. That's what Dan is doing right there. Saves a little bit of time, just because you have to move to it.
And it also overlaps some cutscenes.
Yeah, exactly. Now, Dan's gonna be doing a sequence break again. Here's where he's gonna destroy. Here's where Prune's gonna destroy this game. So he's gonna do something called Trace Skip here, which skips one of the hunters called Trace. He's the one who's red and gives you like a sniper rifle, power called Imperialist, but we'll get to that later. Anyways, you can go up here and do a very precise clip which will allow him to get out of bounds while also still having this area be loaded in the first place. And got first try. Nice. And this since
we call a jump clip because you jump at it.
And if you notice right there, there's an orange road that's destroyed, which is why we need to get Magmall in that other area. These enemies on the wall take a full charge jet carrier to destroy as well, or just 3 shots, either way.
They're called Quatroids. They're supposed to be like some sort of not Metroid or something. I don't know.
That's a little strange. They're like crawling Metroids.
They're also really glitchy. I had one float once.
Oh! I've never even seen that before. Interesting. Alright, Dan kind of fought that fight a little weirdly, because he's actually a little bit far from the Imperialist, which is what he gets right here. But, anyways, this is Imperialist. This is the most powerful power in the game, really.
So, with this weapon, you typically want to use the zoom in, because not just for aiming, but because it just increases your damage.
Mm-hmm. Think of that weapon like a sniper rifle. In this case, though, like, zooming in just does more damage than anything else. But it will allow you basically to want to kill most of the enemies in this game, I'd say. If not all of them.
One problem is that its recharge is really slow.
Yeah, that's the one drawback of it. It has about, I think, 2 seconds of end lag to it. You have to take out that barrier by scanning all 3 little, like, switches in the room. And allow them to destroy that what's it called, Imperial switch on the wall. So that Imperial switch will actually close up if you get too close to it. So that's why you have to take out that barrier. And now unlock an artifact once again.
I want to try to find a way to shoot it without having like scanning all the things. I tried shooting it from out of bounds, but I fell into the pit and died.
Oh. Yeah, that'll do it.
I was really sad.
Hell. Those 2 guardians in that room are random where they go. That second one especially, but the first one will usually be, you'll just go right towards you immediately. But the second one can kind of just run around in an area where you can't even, like, find it for a bit, if you're not careful. Keep in mind, by the way, Dan's supposed to be escaping the planet right now, but since we have 7 minutes to escape from destroying Slunch 2, you can kind of just do a lot of other things during this time. Which in this case is getting 2 of the artifacts and just getting the heck out of there. You could get a 3rd one as well if you want to, but it doesn't really save time, and it'll be like kind of tie in time if you aren't careful as well. Like tie in time getting out of the planet, I mean. Those 2 switches will destroy that barrier that the camera conveniently just went through without showing you like what it did. And that's gonna destroy all 3 of these spawners. And take care of these enemies first, and then while he's getting out of there, he's gonna pretty much shoot the only enemy in the game that's like is faster to shoot missiles. His missiles don't do a whole lot of damage compared to the other weapons, that's why. But it's useful destroying that one enemy right there. And what Dan just did there was the missile jump on top of a pillar. That saves 4 seconds, and you'll see a time save for that later, when it's actually knocked down later, because the sequence breaking. It's kind of funny. Now Dan, I think Dan was a little slow in one of the cycles, I want to say. Because usually that's elevator would be kind of low, or it would be like onto the ground there, if done correctly. But he might have just been too fast, and I didn't notice it. Either way, bigger job to him. So if you're keeping track at home, we're only encountering 4 hunters in this run, out of the 6 in the game. We have yet to fight or even like acknowledge the existence of one of the hunters, though, which I think we're gonna acknowledge in the very last. Yeah, we'll acknowledge it in the very last. I guess portion of this area right here, which is Vesper Defense Outpost. What Dan's gonna be doing here is yet another sequence break eventually in this area. You can get another power coming up called Ballhammer, which is probably, I'd say, the worst power in the game.
It's not that bad, but it's really hard to use.
Yeah.
The credit bits are actually weak to it, but it's hard to use it on them for humans anyway.
Yeah, the reason for that is just because
damage boost off the turret.
That was nice. The reason for that is just because it has a little arc to it. What Dan's gonna be doing here coming up is a missile push out of bounds to get Ballhammer early. Otherwise, you have to scan four things in this room. It's really bad.
You only catch it if you fall, you die.
Yep. And thankfully, it didn't right there. But we'll see if he has trouble getting outs after getting that. Nope. Perfect.
Good.
One good thing about Ballhammer, though, it has a huge blast radius, so you can kind of just aim in general direction of that shield there and destroy it to get out of there. Looks like Dan's gonna go and get the complete other parts of that area later. Usually, you go up to the very top. You go up to the very top of that little Morphball section and get scan two things. But anyways, what you see there is missile push through Crystal, which allowed him to get an artifact early, essentially. And that was a quick kill for that one enemy there. He shot a charged jug here and then shot one shot at it immediately afterwards, which allowed him to kill it in pretty much one hit. And since he has Imperialist, he's gonna be. He just went and sequence broke this area right here, which you're not supposed to be in yet. He wants to destroy his enemies because it'll mess up his Morph Ball clip right here. And he's gonna get this artifact from outbound, which is really hard. Let's see if we can do it.
It just has to retry it.
Yeah.
This clip, Dan found himself. He found a lot of the tricks in this game, and was really helpful when working on the task. Like, there were points where I was like, oh, if only there was an out of bounds here, I could do this. And then, like, an hour later, oh, I found it.
Yeah, pretty much exactly that. I remember when we worked on that task and that happened all the time with him.
Right.
There we go.
Alright.
Got third try. Very nice of him. So that actually saves a ton of time. The reason for that is because it opens up. That's actually a second artifact you're supposed to get in this area. There's two in that area just in there, locked by crystals. And the reason why it saves time is because it basically gets you to the end of the area faster. Because the door, after getting that artifact, is just unlocked from the start. And after getting the very first... Basically, after getting the very first artifact in this area, you can just go in and skip everything else about it. So that's what Dan's doing right now, is locking that artifact, and then just leaving. Which normally you have to take out 3 Guardians to unlock that artifact that he got from getting out of bounds. But in this case, doesn't have to.
Briefly, a period in which a different route was used through video, but unfortunately it turned out to be slower for at least the way people could actually do it.
For the record, again, he's actually in the second half of Vest 3 Outpost already. He got he got a Ballhammer, he got an artifact in the first part, and then he's just gone. So yeah, now he has 2 artifacts in the second half of Vest 3 Outpost. He's getting the third right now. He's gonna fight the boss. This third one is basically a timer event once again. He's gonna go up here. Gonna trigger a timer, and then in 60 seconds, just go to the very top of this little tower and scan something there, which will make it so the place doesn't explode. And then after that gets the artifact. Once again, I reiterate some movement things in this game because it's a little relevant right here. So you can actually jump in midair in this game if you just time it and don't waste your jump before then. So we're doing that a lot in general, throughout the run, but also especially right here to make some gaps and skip some platforms and stuff.
So basically, you have one jump. If if you walk off a platform or even get a missile boost, you don't lose that jump. And whenever you're unmorphed on the ground, you'll have to jump.
Alright, so now that's... oh, excuse me. Now that he went through the area, he's gonna go right down here and get the artifact now, which is unlocked by a switch inside his crystal, and it's unlocked by a switch right here. This morph ball jump he's about to do is a little bit tricky. He has to boost right after his second bomb that's placed, otherwise we'll make it on top of here. There we go. Very good. And with that, time for the fourth phase of Slench. Funnily enough. We haven't fought the third one yet, which we'll fight after this. But yeah, that's just how it goes. Now this phase of Sludge is actually the most boring phase of Sludge. I'll fully admit. So, what Sludge is gonna do is he's on top of the ceiling, and once he throws his tentacles, he's gonna fall down. Just kind of roll around in a figure eight pattern, and he's gonna do that for like 30 to 45 seconds or so, and then you can like hurt him. It's really not well designed. It's gonna be honest there. It is weak to Magmall though. So it can be a little bit tricky to hit, like casually especially, because Magmall has a little bit of an arc to it when you fire it. But yeah. Alright, Dan's gonna show up a little glitch right here as well. So, if you just morph ball and unmorph inside that door there, you just kind of... Your camera just becomes where Samus shoots, essentially. So you can kind of just shoot at yourself from a long distance, which makes no sense. Don't worry about it. Yeah, there's like not much to say during this fight. Like at this point, you saw the whole fight right there. It's gonna be like the same way, except Slunch is gonna move a little bit faster for the last phase.
Longer figure eights too. I like to call them figure eights because that's the exact pattern. It's just neat.
Yeah, and Dan's just following him now, just in a figure eight pattern as well. You gotta keep yourself occupied during this, because otherwise it'll just be you staying in the corner, waiting for Slunch to do something. Which he's not doing anything. Dang it, Slunch, you won't have all day. Alright, cool, there we go. So yeah, I would recommend getting a drink during this time. Maybe like a nice little snack. There's about a minute left of the fight, so might make it quicker at this point. Get yourself a little beverage, because you know what? You deserve it. I was gonna say, if you can scan Samus, that'd be hilarious. I've never actually tried that before.
Yeah, I've never thought of scanning either.
Yeah. I've shot Samus before with missiles from all the way over there. That's about it. Which does hurt yourself, by the way. Like, it still hurts you, even though you're just shooting yourself with missiles. Well, you do have to thought the run, anyways. Here's the last phase. You just want to be a little bit careful of not staying in the corner. Because funnily enough, you can actually get kind of comboed in the corner over and over. Which happened there at the end of Dan, but thankfully he killed Slunch, so that's fine. There we go. Now the fight's done. He's gonna want to get that health there, I think. It shouldn't be a big deal, but... You know what? Oh, he's not. Ooh. Yeah, it shouldn't be a big deal, but... It's just one of those just-in-case things. Alright, so now that that's done, he's gonna escape. One thing I actually didn't explain earlier, when it happened, was... If you scan a teleport for the first time during your escape sequence, you can use that teleporter. If you scan a teleporter before your escape sequence, you can't use it during your escape sequence. In this case, Dan's gonna do that right here, and just get out of here a little bit faster, and also keep the teleporter for later, because the teleport's gonna be very useful for just getting to this area faster once you come back to this area. So keep in mind, Dan has 4 artifacts. She's supposed to have like 3 during an escape sequence, like that. So get the other 2 artifacts later in Vestige Outpost, but for now he's gonna go to Celestial Archives and complete that area. Which remember, that's the first area in the game. Now to get to the next area, he's gonna have to actually just go through the next 3 areas really quickly. In this case, there's 1 Guardian he has to destroy. That's actually really good luck there. You want just 1 Guardian. Just like that. This next room can have 1 hunter, 2 hunters, 1 Guardian or 2 Guardians in this, I think, if I remember correctly. Now what you want for sure is just like, you know, or also nothing. You want nothing. Which you got nothing, so that's perfect. There we go. That's what you want though, just exactly that. Now this very next area is going to go into... There's going to be 2 Guardians in it no matter what. Which, because they're actually guarding something, they actually are fulfilling their namesake. They're guarding another power, which you need. And that power is Volt Driver. Which is really good for most part, but yet it depends on how well you mash it, because it's all about how fast you mash the L button for that power. It's right in here.
There's a way to break into this room early, like the central part early, but there's currently no way to get back out. The task actually gets the item early by not actually entering the center part completely and just kind of stays like on the border. And it uses like, so you can get that Volt Driver right on your first trip. But currently there's no way to get back out.
Oh my goodness. He got 3 Guardians. What? I've only seen 3 Guardians like 1 time before. That's really bad. Because it also causes lag if there's more than 2 Guardians. That's really unfortunate. I was going for this method, okay. This method, it saves a little bit of time, but if you fail it once, it's not worth it.
Ooh, he's going for the bomb on more jump. That's an interesting trick. Oh.
It also doesn't work sometimes, from what I know, like from doing this before. Like, if you fail it once, it loses time. So, like, that's why I say it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's fairly hard to do it.
What's kind of cool is if you jump there during off that boost pad, you actually just straight up keep the speed. So you just kind of ram yourself into the door. Anyways, he's gonna
pull forward.
Yeah. So Dan's gonna skip this entire room here, which is extremely laggy and loses a lot of time and like it's really long. You just skip that just by scanning that thing through the wall, which you're not supposed to do, to say at least.
There's one more place you can do it in the run. I'm not sure if Dan will do it though, but we'll see.
Yeah. He's gonna have to move quickly in this room.
Category because there's an item on the top part.
Yeah, exactly. Dan wants to move quickly in this room because if he doesn't move fast enough, he'll make this elevator circle right here. And thankfully he did. That was nice. Now that he's in this area, he's gonna sequence break this part right here by just bomb jumping up here and get right to where his power is, which is shock coil. Shock coil. There we go.
Shock coil is a continuous stream of like lightning. If you hit an enemy, it'll slowly increase the amount of damage you do over time. Nice.
Good snipe right there. There are 2 Guardians in that room, but for some reason, if you kill one of them, it'll unlock like the switch there to get the artifact in this area. I don't know why. Like he's still shooting at you. Okay, now that he has that, he's gonna do a clean sweep of his teleporter maze here. I think there are 4 rooms total in this maze.
There's 3. Well, 3 in the cat hunt room and the 1 central room.
Okay. So it's basically 4, right? Or like count central room as like this
start and 1 exit. And
okay.
So, and 3 in the middle.
There you go. What just did there was he got, I think he avoided you taking the end, but what he did in particular was just get the artifact that he unlocked earlier. And he's gonna destroy those guardians on the way into this area here, because it saves time for later, I think. This is one of the hardest rooms of the game. Just say it straight up, because you have to do it optimally, you have to be in the morph ball for a lot of this. And make sure not to fall off of it and like fall down into here and die.
And there's enemies that obscure your vision.
Oh yeah. Looks like Dan's taking it safely though, by not using morph ball in it, which I don't blame him. He's stolen before, he's not too confident, and usually loses runs in that room. So I don't blame him for that at all. Once again, that's more enemies that are destroyed by Jug here. They actually will latch onto your face if you are not careful, and they'll destroy him fast enough. This next part has a lot of elevators you have to ride. It's kind of not too exciting. There's a lot of winging around. However, there is an artifact right up here, and also up here is the boss portal. So, shout out to routing. Now we're doing something called
teleport maze.
We're doing something called plot skip right here, because none of us can read Japanese. We can't read the plot right there, and we get a switch out of it, which gets an artifact.
Almost on top of it.
Very close. Couldn't save the frames. Very nice, though. And now he's got the last artifact. He's gonna go over here and go right towards the boss. I'm surprised he's not getting the E-Tank right across the way over there, because you can get the E-Tank and still make the elevator cycle. Pretty handily, too.
Maybe he's playing it safe, sort of?
I guess it saves time, too, because there's a cutscene that happens with it when you get an E-Tank. That could be it. Regardless, this is the last phase of the switch clip up here. This phase is only hurt pretty much by Battlehammer, which is a green weapon. Now, what makes this fight a little bit... Go for it.
Yeah.
Alright, what makes this fight a little bit tricky is that with Battlehammer, you can't charge it like the other weapon, so you have to just aim correctly to actually hurt it in the first place, and that makes the phase where Sludge goes off the wall all the more tricky in the first place. What's going to make it some damage though is shoot a charged missile right at Sludge, and then shoot a Battlehammer over and over like that.
Yeah, a charged missile will do slightly more damage than Battlehammer, but charging it is generally not worth it unless it's at the start of a phase.
I've never done myself, but I think the third phase is possible at one cycle if you shoot a missile and then aim correctly with Battlehammer. I think it is, but I'm not sure. If you aim absolutely correctly with Battlehammer, you can just barely miss getting like a 3-cycle on this boss. Right, or get not 3-cycle, but just like hurting it before it starts like charging at you and becomes invisible. Like that.
During the charge.
Does a task get like destroy it before it does that attack?
I completely forget. I made the task like 2 years ago at this point.
Fair enough. But yeah, as usual, you get the Octolith, then get the heck out of there. There's no fast way to get out of here, just going through normal areas until you get back to the ship. You got a full 8.5 minutes though, which is nice.
Well, there's one shortcut, but...
yeah. Not until later. Ooh, that was a nice fall there. Never seen that fall before. That elevator cycle you just made is actually a little bit tight, so you have to save all the time you can with the movement there to make it.
to make sure to not fall and die.
I think you take it safely here as well. If you die during, go for it.
I'm done.
Okay. If you die during an escape sequence, you actually respawn right back at the very beginning of the escape sequence. So you don't want to die in this room in particular, especially. Like I said earlier, it's one of the hardest rooms in the game.
Thankfully, this game does have some short checkpoints, but in escapes, it's always at the start of an escape.
Dan destroyed the guardians of that room earlier, so therefore you have to destroy them again to actually get out, to actually like get through that room quickly, which is very nice. Now Dan's so I mentioned earlier about how if you scan a teleporter during a escape sequence, it'll unlock for the first time. It'll unlock. Well, we just did that there again. Save like 2.5 minutes or so of movement. And fights as well too. You can get some fights in the safe sequence there. So very nice there. Now that he took out all social archives, go to Artera? Oh, okay. Well, you can do this part either way. You can go to Artera first, or you can go to back to Vespucci's Outpost first. Either way works.
I don't think I forget which is.
I think it's all just like map movement for that. Like I think that's the difference there.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. Like I don't. Oh, this is an important skip. Normally you'd have to wait on this platform, but you can just jump over the trigger and just roll around boost around the outside.
Yeah, skips an auto scroller. It takes about minutes. You want to be careful though when you jump around it though, because the trigger for basically disabling your movements is right in the center, like on top of that platform. So be very careful about it.
Oh, and here's an important skip.
Oh, let's go. Yo, we got it. Nice.
Go through the corners. Jumping makes it easier, but you can even walk.
It's a little strange. You just kind of just jump through that corner. It saves like 5 seconds or so. But, you know what? You gotta save the frames. Yeah, this is where the last artifact is. You could have gotten this earlier during when we broke this area, but it doesn't save time. But he's getting it now because there's a lot of there's a fight coming up here which is going to be a little bit long in the first place. And I think it's important to just fight that and not have to worry about escaping at the same time. 5 seconds is actually 300 frames in this case. Because the game runs at 6 FPS, right?
30.
30. Okay, it's 150 in this case. In that case. So it's gonna have to fight 6 Guardians right here. Yes, 6 of them. Which thankfully, Imperialists will one-shot kill if aimed correctly.
You have to spawn up above the room, and if you're really good, you can snipe them right when they appear.
It's really hard to do that though. And he's getting some pretty bad luck too, because they're all running away from him. And lost right there. They'll spawn right next to you, like if you stand right in front of where the door is, or where the barrier in front of the door is. Oh, I thought I was about to get the trigger there. Good thing he did.
It's not too big of a deal if you fall off into the moat, but
I've had before where my move is disabled and I'm still able to actually get to the boss fight just perfectly still. It's just really unfortunate when it happens. Because it just loses time. There we go, that's where the boss portal is, right across the way. And this can be actually the 4th phase of Credit coming up here. We haven't fought Credit 2 or 3 yet. Also, haven't fought Credit in like 15 minutes. But now we're fighting him again, so there we go. Hope you remember this boss. It's the big tower guy. Hey, there he is.
Magma to hit multiple circles at once.
And you can switch to shock coil to take out the crystal at the very top. And with the top stats. If you break shock coil, it will actually reset the damage as well too, so you gotta be careful of that. On the third phase of Credit Fit, if you reset the damage, you actually can't take it out fast enough. You have to do another phase of it. It's gonna get it? You got it, okay. Oh no. Alright, he did good. I thought you didn't get like I thought you didn't take out like all the eyes on the bomb there for a second. Oh yeah. He was too close to Credit Fit there. If you're too close to Credit Fit while it's moving around, you won't be able to actually get that. A little bit unfortunate, but it happens. My run's later in the marathon. But yeah, I'm not the center of attention here. He just clipped through the little pedestal there. That's pretty cool. I forget you can just do that if you stay at the right spot. Yeah, there's the Octolith. And you're just gonna get the heck out of there.
You can actually overlap the Credit Fit Octolith too, but it's way harder.
So here's where remember the missile jump when Dan was here earlier? That pillar's just kind of knocked down now, which saves a little bit of time movement now it's knocked down after that fight. Normally that pillar just has it has a little cutscene when you knock it down, but it's just knocked down there finally.
Have to climb it once.
Oh yeah. We used both the teleporters already, so we can scan them again for the first time to get to the very top of this rune to where our ship is.
It doesn't work even if you didn't scan them.
Exactly.
Like,
so you just have to go to the very top.
So you have to do it on this trip no matter what.
Casually do that 3 times, it's kind of a pain. But it's okay. Yeah, this game's for DS. Alright, so now he's done that, he should be going to Best View from Zappos. If he doesn't, that'd be bad for the route now.
Aside from Oinos.
There we go.
Being for last for a specific reason.
Yep. Now Dan be getting 2 artifacts right here. First off, he's gonna get the one by destroying Silex, which is the last hunter we have yet to even see in the first place in this run. This rat for his boss is a little bit tricky. You want to headshot Silex right here while he's moving around. Unfortunately, he didn't do that, but he did get a little backup strat there. Nice. Alright, that was a little bit weird. That was a weird strat there, but he made it work. Now, second phase of Silex, he wants to headshot once, which will get him into his Morphball automatically, like that. And shoot just a little bit. Once the Silex pops out again, he's gonna headshot again. And it should kill him. Unfortunately, he was a little bit off on his first shot, I think. Which is why he's not dead right now. And, oh. If you're not fast enough for the Silex fight, his ship will pop down and cause a cutscene to happen, which loses a little bit of time. I mean, honestly, Belinda, I actually wanted Silex really badly for Snatch Ultimate, but it's very unlikely to happen. That's just me, though.
It's more likely since, I'm pretty sure Prime 4 is, like, supposed to involve him, but I don't know.
Yeah, exactly, because he's in Prime 3 as well. It would've been cool, but it's whatever, I guess. Anyways, back to the run. Just got an artifact, and I was gonna go over and get the last one, which is right by where the boss portal is. So that saves a lot of time. Shout out to Redding. Oh, nice boost there as well. Nice boost there too. If you boost fast enough, you can actually get right past the elevator. That's usually block your path. Same, Migo. I love how busted this game is too. Oh.
Another tricky scan thing. This one's a lot harder, but
I actually didn't know about this one until literally right now.
It's in the task, but it's not worth it in all items because there's an item on the top of the room. Like there's an item force field that you can only deactivate from the top of the room.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, there we go. Once again, the enemy is destroyed by 2 bombs. Very simple. And that force field will deteriorate and get the artifact right here. I'm always morph balling into it though. Because this guardian's be right behind him as soon as he spawns in.
Right
or no, right in front of him. Oh, there we go. Actually, that is faster. Nice.
Yep.
This one right here is the second phase of Grafid. You're supposed to keep in mind. You're supposed to go to this area and get to Grafid like as the third play in the game. This is where you're supposed to fight Grafid for a second time usually, but you don't. Because sequence breaking is pretty cool. This fight's really simple because of that. He missed the last eyeball. There we go. Oh, missed one again. It's a little hard to keep track of which eyeballs actually destroying Griffith sometimes because it just spins around and gets that review a lot. But thankfully Magma will destroy multiple eyeballs at once, which is nice. This last phase is actually, I think, random which eyeballs open up. Or maybe it's like a really hard to follow pattern. Either way. Who's getting this?
I think it's dependent on like the level. Like there's like 3 levels of benefit. It's like a totem pole. And it's like each level only opens up at once, but all of them open up on it.
Okay, okay. Alright, now he's gotten that, he's gonna go ahead and just escape really quickly. It's a very fast escape too. You don't get a whole lot of time to escape, but like, you don't need it, which is nice. It's only a few rooms to get right back to your ship.
Yeah, you're like really close. And thankfully, since he already killed the Guardian, you can just get out.
I was going this way. Ooh. I don't know if that's faster, but that's at least more swag. I appreciate that.
I think it is faster.
Maybe. Like a second or two, maybe. Either way. You know, it's more than we do at this point. I've never done that. I never like escaped that way before. There you go. Ship's just right there. Doesn't even take a minute to get there, if you know where to go. But yeah, now that he's... So we've gotten 7 out of the 8 Octoliths in this game. And now we're getting the very last one. Which is one we actually saved for last on purpose, and way back in Alinos. So we have 1 artifact left in this area to get, which we took the second trip here way earlier, so you probably remember at this point. But yeah, we have 1 last one to get right here, and they're gonna fight the boss immediately. Now the way to get this is we're gonna actually clip through this morph ball maze, which is, in my opinion, the most annoying part of this game, period. Because the 1-shot kills you if you mess up. He's gonna snap right here in this tunnel. You're gonna actually jump right in the center here.
Aww.
Dang. That's fine though. He's gonna jump right in the center, like well backed up, and back up right against the wall. It's gonna keep him right there, and then he's gonna missile push him right through the wall, and get right to the very end of this morphball maze, just like that. Now keep in mind, you're not supposed to be standing up in this part right here. There we go. You're supposed to be in your morph ball right here, and the game doesn't know. The game gets a little bit confused because of that.
It I think if you morph, it won't let you morph again. So, but jumping upstairs is faster than morph while bomb jumping.
Yeah, exactly. The game will just like keep you in your morph ball if you accidentally morph there. Yeah, here's the last phase of credit phase. This phase here is actually pretty much the same as the second one, except the third phase I think is easier actually.
Both lasers and the homing attack.
Oh yeah, it does have lasers. That's different. Yeah, I forgot.
The second one doesn't have the lasers, just the homing.
Yeah, you're right. I actually forgot a little bit about the fact that this one has lasers and the other one doesn't. I just don't even notice it because it's just similar.
So the first one has just the lasers, the second one has just the homing, the third one has both, and the fourth one moves around.
Now the reason we're doing this fight right now as well too, is because right after you defeat, so like usually there's a timer to escape here, like when we defeat a boss and all that. But we're gonna just go ahead and negate that completely once we get out of here. Like once we defeat credit, we're gonna go straight to the end of the game, or we're going straight to unlocking the end of the game pretty much, which will basically just how to explain this.
So basically, the octoliths are 8 keys and next we need to put them in the keyhole to unlock the final area. And the keyhole is conveniently on Alino, so we go left.
There we go. Thank you. I got a little jumble in my words there. But yeah. That's what we're doing right now. Then we go straight there and just completely negate his escape sequence by doing that. However, there's a little bit of luck along the way to get in there. You know the room earlier, like on our second trip, that can have enemies in it, or sometimes cannot? Well, we have to go through the room again, and we have to hope there's no enemies in it. Once again, blessed RNG's in the chat for that.
Thankfully, this room you can just skip the hunter if there is one.
If there's an enemy in that room, though, in particular, which is coming up on very soon, nice clip of the wall. If there's one in there, usually it's not too bad to kill it, unless there's like 3 Guardians or 2 Hunters, which could happen if you're very unlucky. If you like walked under a ladder or like crossed a black cat that day, you got pretty bad luck to have that. But yeah, see what happens. Nice, no enemies again. Perfect.
So we can usually tell because there's a different music that plays if there's Guardians or Hunters.
Exactly, and usually the room actually like lags a little bit too if that happens.
There's one here though.
Yeah, there's always like a Hunter or a Guardian or something in this room. Bad luck as a Hunter, but usually at least a Guardian. That was nice though. And there we go, that's where you unlock the final area of the game. It's called Oubliettes. There's always one escape as well. Oh my god! The instant snipe, oh my goodness. Talk about a headshot, jeez Louise. Alright, well...
That was maybe, like, some position is scripted or something? I don't know.
I have no idea. That was nice though, good stuff. So yeah, Dan just decimated a cannon right there. He's not coming back from that one. Literally, like he gets destroyed in the cutscene up here. But yeah, now he's out and going straight to the final area of the game, where we have the final boss of the game as well. His final boss too, he has a lot of health compared to the rest of the bosses of the game, so it's taking a little bit to destroy as well.
There's an interesting thing about this area, in that it works completely differently from like every other area in the game. So pretty much the whole area is actually loaded from the beginning, except for like a couple areas, like the final boss room, the this area you get to with the portal that has an E-tank, and a super secret final boss room, which we are not going to see in this run.
Yeah, this is 8%, not all items. For the true ending, you get the item at the very end, which is the Omega Cannon. But you don't have to do that in this run. You will be seeing that on my run, Saturday night. But yeah.
But the area is actually entirely loaded from the beginning, and if you go far out of bounds enough, you can hit the...
That's actually really cool. Is he going for true ending anyways? He doesn't have to. He just hit the yellow switch on the wall. Might be for swag, but who knows?
I asked him, and he said that he's not, so I don't know.
I guess we'll see. It could be like all items muscle memory. Now, here's the thing about Goria, same with Final Boss. So, I think right now he's just winning him a bit. But the thing is, he destroyed his arm, which he didn't want to do, because if you destroy his arm, he won't go to the next phase. I don't know if he knows that. He's trying to manipulate him to go to the next phase, but it won't happen until, yeah, his arm's back. There we go. That's back up to left now. So the purple phase and orange phase are basically the same speed to destroy. Orange phase takes, I think, 4 hits to destroy the arms and 5 to... and purple takes 5 hits. But yeah, they're the same exact speed pretty much for destroying this crystal, this circle that pops out now. Now what we want is the blue phase, which is second fastest, and also the red phase, which is by far the fastest for destroying Goria. Every color he has corresponds to the weapon you have that matches the color.
However, Goria himself will choose the opposite of that color. There's like little pairs in the game of weapons. Like the obvious one is obviously Magma is good against Judicator and Judicator is good against Magma.
I don't know if I mentioned this earlier, but Dan's trying to manipulate Goria to change phases. Now, the reason he's doing that, and the way he's doing that is, if you go near, actually he's doing it wrong, but if you go near Goria,
I remember him saying he didn't quite remember how to manipulate it.
Yeah.
Now I think I realized what the problem is.
Yeah, the way you do it basically is you go near Goria and have him swing at you. When he hits you, like a few times, he loses change next phase immediately because it negates his attacks he wants to do usually. There we go. That's the reason why Shockwell is so fast. Once you get a full like chain of it and just don't break it, it just does so much damage. This little like whip that comes out of Goria, you want to be careful of that because if it grabs you, you'll get flung around a bunch and like hit because of that. You can actually.
It's nearly impossible to keep the lock on if you do that.
Yeah, you can actually like get. Funnily enough, you actually break out of it if you hit Goria with, I think, a missile or just anything like on top of the orb. It's pretty cool. Yeah, this is why last phase is so quick. Imperials is just very powerful. You won't try to kill the arms, then 7 hits to kill the orb. Also, time is coming up soon. Number 5, number 6, and number 7.
Time. Wait.
Not yet.
Oh, wait.
And time. There we go. GG's.
Prime Hunters.
Hope you all enjoyed.
Tomorrow, Shasta will be doing all items, which is basically the replacement for 100% for reasons that you'll talk about tomorrow.
Yeah, so tomorrow at 5:05 p.m. PST. That's when it'll be, pretty much. But I think we're gonna see the in-game time at the very end. In-game time does not matter for this game, but you know what? It's a good novelty at least.
There's a kind of a way to break the in-game time through pausing. If you pause, the game will drop like fractions of a second. So if you just constantly pause, the game will never increment the in-game timer.
Yeah, so you can beat this game with like I think in the end around 2 or 3 minutes of the in-game time.
Yeah, because you can't pause through cutscenes.
Yeah, so that's why in-game time does not matter for this game. You used to go by in-game time for this game for a normal time method, but I switched to RTA because after that was found. For good reason, really.
That will drop frames, but like going through portals will drop frames, and it's like it just makes it a little inconsistent. Because like then you save time that you didn't save. It's weird.
Let's just see really quick what Dan's PB is. Percent on Screen.com is, I think he beat it. Yeah, he beat it. He had a 116.10 for real time, and he had 115.28 there. So, world record. Good stuff to Dan though. Go follow him if you want to see more runs of this game. But for now,
research into the run too. Like he found like almost everything like in the past couple of years.
Oh yeah, he's great. But yeah, for now we're gonna switch over to Hyper Metroid by Lincoln Meister, which is a ROM hack of I think Super Metroid.
Yep.
So hope you enjoy that. And we'll see y'all there. I've been Mr. Shasta, and this has been
Memory TAS.
Yep. Have a good one, everyone.